Pittsburgh are rolling down that eastern seaboard.
Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. And I'm the Cowboy Trucker, my beautiful wife Sable behind the camera, and then our trucking dog over there in the grass. And if you like the content that we're posting, please don't hesitate to give us a thumbs up and subscribe down below. And today we're going to be talking about dropping and hooking. And one of the first things you're going to want to do is make sure you set your brakes for the trailer and the truck before you do anything else. And so let me start through the steps and walk you through. So let's get her done.
It seems like a month since I kissed my baby goodbye. I could have a lot of women, but I'm not like a silver guy.
These trailers didn't have the best brakes in the world, so you drop the landing gear first, because if you pull this pin, a lot of times those trailer brakes will not hold this trailer and will slide right off the fifth wheel and just drop straight down. Tear a lot of stuff up, including the truck. And the second thing you do is your air lines. If you're going anywhere real far, put them inside the holders. We're just going 2 trailers down. We're hooking to another trailer. Alright, make sure the seals are good on the trailer that you drop. You don't want to be that asshole drop a bad trailer. And then, last thing you do, pull your fifth wheel. Up. Make sure it stays locked out. And pull out from underneath the trailer. I won't be able to record this, but when you pull out until it drops off your fifth wheel, leave part of your frame under the trailer and come to a stop and wait a few seconds. Reason why, sometimes you might drop this in uneven ground like in a gravel yard, and your landing gear might sink or they may fail, and it'll drop on your frame instead of completely dropping on the ground. Real truckers don't wear flip-flops, we wear steel-toe boots. One of the reasons is so we can do this. Hey, none of them are flat. None of them are low enough to be flat. I don't know why people hit with hammers either. I can't tell with a hammer or a thumper, but with my foot I can tell if it's more than 50% flat or not. Red tape duct seal. This duct tape, not good. Then replace the door seal. And this is why you always look in the back of the trailer, especially when you're dropping hooking, you got choice of trailers. See that on top that's been broken once upon a time? That looks bad. I don't want my business started with that, so we're gonna go look for another trailer. And duct tape for door seals, it's going to leak out all day long. When you're doing a pre-trip on trailers, dropping hook, one of the things I like to do, if I can close doors before pulling it out, I will. So I only can get one door closed, but I can pull out and go to the left, don't have to worry about ripping the door off. Alright, and when you're loaded, you can't check the inside of the trailer where we're currently loaded. But when we originally picked this trailer up, it was empty. We were able to look inside the trailer. Always go on the inside if you have the ability to. And the external pre-trip, you do with a loaded or an empty trailer. Now, when you go inside of a trailer, all you're looking for is daylight and trash. Pick up all the trash, sweep out the trailer, and look at the walls. If it's during the daytime, you can see if there's any holes by seeing daylight. All right, when you see significant damage right here, all the rivets are intact, but you also need to look underneath and make sure none of the cross members are cracked, damaged, or anything like that. I can see weld spots, so someone's been up here welding, so we're good to go. When you're dropping hooking your trailer, one thing you want to do is regress your fifth wheel. As you can see, when you unhook, some of the grease gets left underneath the trailer. So one of the things you want to do is make sure your trailer is higher than your fifth wheel, so that way you can back partially up underneath, get ready to connect, and then raise your suspension again until it touches, and then back the rest way in and lock in. So that way it greases around where your trailer is going to, your fifth wheel is going to be around the kingpin, and not just push all the grease off the top of your fifth wheel. And you just put a few lines down here towards the bottom, and then when you hook up, when sliding into locking position on the kingpin will actually push the grease around for you. So you just do a few lines down here towards the bottom half on both sides of your fifth wheel, and then your truck will do the rest for you. And I don't like using the Lucas packets when it comes to greasing your fifth wheel, because it doesn't properly grease your fifth wheel, and you'll have a piece of plastic between your trailer and your fifth wheel. And a lot of people don't remove them when they drop a trailer. They just leave them hanging, and they end up dropping on the ground and littering. And don't just take a tube and bang it on your fifth wheel. It's just too much grease. And I like using number 2 grease. It's lithium grease. First thing you want to do is do a tug test to make sure you're properly hooked. If you're not properly hooked, by the time you tug on it, you'll disconnect again. Then you look underneath and make sure you don't see no daylight between your fifth wheel and the trailer. And make sure that your release pin is fully engaged. Then you go behind your tracks and get underneath and look at the fifth wheel and make sure your lock jaws are fully locked in around the shank of the kingpin. now we pull the trailer out of the hole. I've already raised all the landing gear all the rest of the way. And now we can go shut our doors and then we can get out of here. Now that we got our trailer connected back up, hooked, we're going to do a mock PTI. We're going to talk about what all you want to check. Your engine's got to be running, your lights going to be on, your hazard's going to be on. As soon as you get done hooking, you start with stepping a few steps back and looking up and checking your clearance lights. Make sure they're the proper color and they work properly, not cracked, bent, broken any way. Everybody knows all the spills about the pre-trips. We're not going to go through all that. Then you look at the bulkhead and look for all your rivet locations. Make sure they're not damaged in any ways, because if they are, you might have to take some silicone and put it on that rivet so no water gets into your drive-in. Look at your cab corners. Look at the top of the trailer all the way down. Looking for any where it's been hit somewhere. So that way, if it's been hit on the top, there might be a leak from the top of the roof. So the cab corners here have been hit quite a bit on things, which is I've never done it myself. I don't know how that happens other than people backing into your trailer. Now when you go down the side, as you look down here, you can see your airline's not dragging on the ground. They're at least 12 inches or more above the ground. So they're not going to snag on anything. And then you can see your DOT tape. Believe it or not, they will give you a ticket over that missing tape. Over 50% of your trailer needs to be covered with that DOT tape. And then you start from here, look up and down, check all your rivets all the way up and down the trailer. Any rivet damage down on the bottom side, at the top right here, these 4 rivets, that's what holds in your cross members that hold the floor of your trailer up. Any of these get damaged, you need to go shop and get them replaced, because that jeopardizes the safety of the trailer, and anything too heavy could break the rest of the 3 rivets off. So your landing gear, you're making sure that all the bolts are there, it's not bent, inside shape, and not broken. You do that on both sides. So going through, checking all your rivets and looking for any obvious damage. Real truck drivers wear boots. For one thing, you don't have to have a hammer to thump your tire or a stick. I found a good pair of steel-toe boots. You can feel if the tire is less than 50%, because when you kick it with a steel-toe boot, it'll wobble more and it'll be like kind of soft when you kick it. And you check all your treads, and when you got tandem tires, you need to look in between the rims, make sure there's nothing stuck in between the rims. So I've had like big rock stuck up in there, which could damage the tire, get flung out, hurt or kill somebody. Make sure your mud flaps are present and properly mounted. I don't know how many trailers I see going down with broken mud flap mounting bar. The bar goes all the way across, and one side will be broken off. ABS light. That can be tested by unhooking the pigtail and plugging it back up and stepping away from your truck, so it should come on and then go back off. Always check your license plate lamp. That's one thing a lot of drivers don't check. You need to make sure that works, because it is a DOT violation if it does not work. You might not get pulled over unless you drive at night, but DOT does an inspection, find that it's out. That will be a nice little ticket for you. It'll be a lamp and on. Same thing, take a few steps back, check all your lights, seals on your door. You don't want no water to get into your trailer. Like earlier, you don't want a whole bunch of duct tape on your trailer either. And when you get to this side, you do the same thing on this side that you did on the driver's side when your pre-trip's over. You can literally do this walk around in 5 minutes. If you get really proficient at this, you can drop a hook within 15 minutes as long as you don't got to drive 2 miles away to get your trailer. And when it comes to low securement and security, these transport security plates are pretty nice, so you'll be able to throw an enforcer or a warlock lock on there, because they're really hard to get off. Bolt cutters won't cut these locks. And these are really nice, these kits, is because car growth deaths are getting worse. They're on the rise. And if you don't have these kits, at least get 2 padlocks. Put one on here and then one on this side too, if you could put it in with the seal that they put on. But ultimately, vigilance and be aware of your surroundings, and don't park in risky areas like Florida, Southern California, Chicago. Just go right through those areas and then wait until to go into Florida or California before you deliver. You're not wasting any time being there. And it doesn't matter whether you're loaded or empty. It's a good idea to get in the habit to lock your trailer all the time. Even if you're empty, you don't want people to climb on the back of your trailer and tempt thieves to even come take a look. Here's our trucking dog, and this is Xerxes, and he's really upset because he don't like it when we drop on the trailers because he gets stuck in the truck most of the time. See, you hearing why? What? And if y'all wondering about the handicap, my wife, she's disabled. So sometimes we have to park in the handicap spots. Sometimes we can get away with parking in the back. It just depends on how she's feeling that day. And I just want to thank y'all for stopping by and checking out this video. We thank you, and you have a great day.
6 days on the road and I'm gonna